on August 21st, being Friday, is one game that I call the Banana Peel. And it's a game of champions. Arsenal won the Premier League title 2025-2026 season, and Coventry City happened to have won the championship also. The Coventry City will be coming there to really see how they can dent Arsenal title hope, especially when Arsenal has been seen as a club that hardly defend their title the following year. But Arsenal are out there to really prove to doubters that they've got the capacity to really go there and do the yeoman's job when the season ends. But how they go about navigating this game is something that is really going to give us confidence as Arsenal fans and also prove doubters that Arsenal has really come to reckoning. The first time Arsenal played against Coventry City was in February 3rd, 2021. And that game also was a title defense that Arsenal played against them and narrowly won by 1-0. And that goal was scored by Dennis Bergkamp. Don't forget, it is always the Arsenal Fans Beat brought to you by Arsenal Fans Globally. And I have with me, as always, my colleague, my teammate, who's been away for some time, Huspee. Huspee, you're back. Welcome back.
From holidays.
I know, you're looking refreshed.
From the summer break.
I know, you're looking refreshed. So what was your expectation when Arsenal played against, what was it called, Manchester City at the Community Shield? Were you jittery that were going to bottle it or what?
No. So I've always said we needed that big trophy, which was always like a mental blockade for our players.
True. And
I can tell you for free, even the 1-0 draw at the Emirates, that's the 3 times we played Man City.
Right.
The confidence we lacked, the way we felt jittery before, during the match, we were nowhere near that yesterday.
True.
The players were just boiling with confidence all over the place. They just knew that they were the champions. They went there with that mentality that we are the superior team.
Control,
yes. We are the bosses here, so we are going to control things. And yeah,
I know next year will be saying these guys are too mouthy.
Yes, so be it. And please be praying for us for more victories.
I know, right?
So yes, I was confident. I wasn't jittery. I knew we were going to win. What I wasn't expecting was the margin.
Margin, right?
I was expecting probably a single goal lead.
I actually predicted that we're going to win by 2-1.
All right. Probably I was just thinking probably it could have been 2-1, 3-2, or 1-0 just by a single goal margin. But unfortunately, for them, they got smashed, they got battered. Donnarumma was just sent to the gutters. That was just an outstanding performance of the team yesterday.
I know, right? Okay. Judging by the way Arsenal played in that game, who would you say was the standout player in that game?
Oh, wow. Many people would say it's Odegaard. But to be honest, I've seen Odegaard in that kind of form some 3 seasons ago. So probably this is a reborn Odegaard. He started falling off in terms of form when niggling injuries started coming here and there, True. So he lost some altogether. But we also his exploit at the World Cup. It was just a rejuvenated man altogether. And I was saying to myself, I wish he can continue this form when he comes back to the EPL. And he had a cameo in the Emirates Cup match, and I saw glimpses of the old Odegaard. I was like, all right. Even though we didn't win the match, I was like, I think my Odegaard is back. So almost everybody, and yesterday we saw how he ran the show. He ran the midfield. The Manchester City midfield was nowhere to be found. So he mastered that. So he was a popular candidate for the Man of the Match award, which he deservedly got. But also my standout player, I had 2, apart from Odegaard, Zolis. Putting together the preseason matches and also this Community Shield, I think he has notched up to 6 assists now.
Yeah, true.
Which is a good return on investment.
And we've just started.
Yes. So if he continues in this form, I expect him to smash the much touted this guy at United, Fernandez's all-time assist record. I expect that to be smashed this season. And of course, I was overly impressed by MLS, nice Luis Kelly.
Yes, that's another guy. It was a bundle of talent on that page.
Exactly.
The way he was playing with Sublime,
He played with
and all
swagger.
that. Yeah.
And I was telling people yesterday that he looks like the 120 million signing in the shape. Is it 115 or 160 million
150 million
for Elliot?
Elliot Anderson.
Yes, he looks like prime
He
Elliot.
bossed the midfield.
And Elliot was looking like a 60 million pound signing. And I told people on the platform yesterday that minus Luis Kelly is worth more than 100 million pounds right now with this kind of performances. Because I'm telling you, he outclassed Elliot in that midfield. He gave him a hiding. And if you are although we have a long way to go in the season, but over the course of even last season, the few moments, the few opportunities that MLS had, Luis Kelly had, he proved himself to be worthy of being on that
Especially
pitch.
turning up in that Champions League final.
Exactly.
And I understand from grapevine that the players of PSG, they were practically talking about him in the dressing room and said that guy was something else.
He was a monster. He was a monster. He was a monster. And I'm so happy because he's one of our own.
Yeah.
From Hill End. Having this crop of players, it gives the academy players belief that if they work hard, they can also come to the limelight through the senior team.
Yes, Prato, basically we're going to be talking about the way we expect Arsenal to turn up against Coventry City. But before we do that, I just want to ask Huspee certain questions about some of the players we've gotten in the person of Bruno Gyokeres. You spoke about Christozoulis and all that, and also Nisla, because I'm one person that believes that we need to truly get a goalkeeper in place of Kepa. Kepa, we need to excuse him out of the club, with all due respect to him, because he didn't do himself any good in all the matches he kept in the preseason. And looking at the way this Premier League is, you never can say never. A player can just turn up injured, and we cannot lose Raya. Looking at the way we played in the Community Shield, you will find out that if Raya was not in goal, that game would have turned his head against us, because there were some close-range shots that he saved in that game that would have turned it into a goal. And those were the kind of things that opportunities that these guys Kepa was letting in. So looking at the way it is, do you think, or rather, where do you think that we need to go and consolidate with these grapevine rumors of we having Osimhen coming into the team and having players like Konsa? From grapevine, we also find out that Konsa's agreement is nearly about 90% done. And we don't know if Arsenal is truly going to get that across the board. But let's see what happens. So what's your take with the players we have now and the rumors that we're having? Where do you think this Arsenal team is going to end come the end of the season?
All right. I'll say again what I said at the beginning of last season, that Arsenal is not going to finish below second position.
Yes, I remember that was prophetic. You said it, and I said, and I recall troubling you that you should be, really specific at what you're talking about.
Yep.
And somehow we got across the line.
Of course. All right. So in terms of enforcement, I believe the team should still look at the left-hand side of our attack.
I agree with you.
We need somebody there. Should that be an upgrade on Zolis? Better. Whoever comes in should be fit to start in the starting 11. So competition for spot in the team will be fierce. And I expect somehow, except otherwise, I expect Zubi to leave.
Zubimendi?
Yes.
Why would we allow him to leave? Because I'm sorry, I'm not cutting you short, but I just want to chip in something. Don't you think having Zubimendi in the team, Miles Lewis Kelly in the team, gives us some level of formidability? I mentioned about injury. You recall last season we had about 7 key players out injured, and we're still on top of the table. That was because we had key replacement. We had squad depth that helped us to replace these players.
It's true, but the reality is you cannot keep an unhappy player. And from the look of things, I don't see Zubi making the starting 11 in this current Arsenal side. And he started on fire last season.
And fizzled out.
But he lost his form I think the downturn to his form was the match against Manchester United, where he was at fault
Also responsible for 2 goals.
For 2 of the goals.
Yeah.
That hit his confidence. He never recovered from that. If we tend to keep Zubi, he'll be worse than MLS, because he's not this kind of physical guy. He doesn't have a stature like this physique to
pause the midfield.
Yeah, to dictate terms of play where his technical ability failing, but his physicality comes in.
Right?
You see how Miles is very combative. You know, if one side fail him, the other one pops up. And I don't expect Zubi to decide to be sitting on the bench, though I expect Arteta to be very smart in rotating his squad this season. For me, against Coventry, I am not being disrespectful, but some of the stars that played in the World Cup and came very late, they will not play in that match. They won't. The likes of Saka, the likes of Rice, I won't start them in that match. You know, I'll give other players minutes. And if he should also lay emphasis on rotating playing minutes among the players, probably that would be an encouragement. But the status of Zubi depends on the conversation he's going to have with the manager, who is Arteta. If it assures him that he'll be having minutes and so on and so forth, stay in Spanish language, Spanish brother. Lastly, I expect a reinforcement on the right-hand side of defense. Probably a versatile player who can play on the right-hand side and the center spot of defense as well. So if we get those reinforcements, okay, of course, lastly, about Osimhen. If we sign Osimhen, it means one thing. We could be willing to let go of a striker if Nwaneri doesn't go on loan.
No other person than Gabriel Jesus.
No, Jesus is going. I know Jesus is going.
No, we can't. Now I think anyway we have another time to really double on this, and we're going to really trash it out. Now the key match is Arsenal against Coventry City.
Yeah,
this is a match that when we play that Friday night football, I don't like Friday night football and Saturday night. I mean Monday night football. Then early kickoff games. Those are games that I dread as an individual, as a fan. But looking at this game, Frank Lampard is bringing these boys back to the Premier League, and they'll be playing the first ever EPL game at the Emirates against the champions of England. And they also are the champions of the championship. And so how do you expect this game to go? And you being Mikel Arteta, how do you expect that you're going to line up your team for this game, and what is going to be your scoreline prediction?
All right. So the Friday record, let me go through some records here. Friday night football, Arsenal have played in the EPL. We've played 6 matches. We have won 5 and drawn 1.
But those were nitty-gritty matches.
So
we have to really clutch out of.
So
out of
the percentage win rate on Friday night EPL Premier League games for Arsenal is 83.3%. I'm not worried. I'm not. Listen, bro. We have the best team in the EPL right now. We have the best team in the EPL. I'm not really worried.
I like your confidence. I hope you fans also have that confidence. And you have the confidence of Huspee.
As it is now, I can tell you only few people can predict the Arsenal starting 11.
True.
And get it absolutely spot on. So
but we can do our best here too. That's why we're here.
Yeah, so
and that Arsenal fans be.
So that's I can do my best to predict the defense, the goalkeeping spot, and the defense. The rest you can kill yourself there, because I know it's just gonna be a guess game.
Okay, let's have your starting 11 for this game. It's gonna be Friday night.
My preferred.
Your preferred, yeah.
All right. So I'll go.
You are Mikel Arteta now, you know.
I'll go Ryan goal,
okay.
And of course Ben White. There is no option at the moment. Ben White should be in place to start.
Okay.
On the right hand side. Central, of course, Mosquera should partner Gabriel. Left back, I still feel like Calafiori is going to have a nod over Hincapié, though at the end of last season, Hincapié proved to be a better player than Calafiori. Well, Calafiori has started this season on fire.
On fire. So.
Just 24 seconds into the new season, bam, there he was. So yeah, there we go. I'm
interested to know how your midfield is going to look like.
The midfield, I'm still going to start the midfield I started the Community Shield.
Okay.
I still want to give Declan Rice some period to rest. He had thousands of minutes under his belt last season. I agree with you. So it's good that we really manage his time on the pitch. So I'll go with Reece Kelly. I'll go to Odegaard based on the fact that he's picking form. We cannot be taking him in and out of the starting 11 as it is.
True.
And I'll go again with Gyökeres for the simple fact that he needs to gel more with the team. What a perfect match to start in the EPL by playing. I'm not saying they are underdogs. I'm not really underrating their status, but team from the championship. That's a good place to start is EPL trade
because Arsenal. Those guys from the championship, they're very unpredictable.
Of course. So I'll go with Zolis again on the 11 or the left hand side. On the right hand side, I want to start Max Daumann. Madueke was a huge disappointment for me in the Community Shield. And up front, Coventry City. Gyokeres played in the championship for some time. That's a good spot to start the season. I'll give him, and he looks more effective with those teams that play low block in my mind. So I'll start with Gyokeres over Kai Havertz.
Okay, your scoreline prediction for the match?
Let me say 4-0.
4-0?
Yeah.
That's emphatic, Anyways, you guys have heard from Huspee. He said 4-0. My prediction for this game is going to be a little bit different from that of Huspee. Of course, we're going to have Air Raya in goal. Right fullback is going to be Benny Blanco White. Pack of the defense is going to be Christian Mosquera and the Trojan from Brazil, Gabriel Magalhaes. On the left side is going to be Calafiori because I love the way he inverts and joined the attack and the way Zolis was able to operate with him. And Miles Lewis Kelly is letting off the ball faster than we've ever done in recent time. In the middle of the defense, the man that's going to play in the front of the defense, the sixth position, is no other person than Miles Lewis Kelly. I like his attitude. I like his confidence. I like the way he moves the ball into the final third, not being, he's not static. And I want to see Bruno Gyokeres because he's going to help really in tackling and trying to nip the ball. He's a forward-playing midfielder. That's what I like about Bruno Gyokeres. And the outside left definitely is going to be no other person that this young man that is going to be playing. We're going to have Zolis playing on the outside left in the striking position. I still want to see Kai Havertz starting ahead of Viktor Gyökeres because there's something about Kai Havertz. His movement, the way he takes defenders off is something that creates chaos in the middle of the pack, in our opponent's area. And the outside right, I want to see this young man, yes, on the 10th position. I want to see this guy playing there, no one pressing than this guy, what's his name now? Odegaard playing in the 10th position. And in the outside right, I want to see Max Dorman playing there because Max Dorman will do a credible job because of the way he takes on.
So the only difference here between my lineup and yours is Gyokeres.
Exactly. And I don't believe that we're going to beat these guys by 3 goals to nothing. They didn't come to sell Google and Ekpa. They just come to play now. Definitely it's going to be a first match. And I believe that with the kind of lack of concentration that we're having as a side now, because that was what almost gave City the opportunity to come in. Gabriel Magalhaes will need to really understand Christian Mosquera better going forward. I hope Konza comes in, but I believe that we're going to be running away with this by 3 goals to 1. 3 goals to 1 is my prediction.
All right, so I was really emphatic in the prediction because I feel like Arteta will be roaring at the boys to say, let's make a statement win here. Yeah. Let's stay on top of the table from day one. And
which is possible.
Yes, so at the end of match week 1, we want to see Arsenal at the top of the table, undisputedly. And if we get to trounce Coventry, we have, I'll tell you, we might have just announced the Emirates Stadium as a fortress for this season.
Right.
And when teams come, they will be thinking about how can we concede less, not how can we even win a point from this ground. So we need to really put teams to the sword.
So yeah,
what is this opportunity to do that? And with the kind of fluidity I saw against Man City, the handbrakes are totally off.
Off, yeah.
Players
they're not playing with fear now.
Exactly.
We just believe that we've gone across the Rubicon. We can go and take on anything.
Exactly.
That confidence really did them a lot of good.
So I'm really rooting for a huge margin of victory to just shake up the Premier League a little.
Guys, you've heard it. Huspee wants an emphatic victory. He wants us to shake the foundation of the Premier League by really making an announcement that the EPL Emirates is a fortress. Anyway, this is a new season. We want to enjoin you, for everyone that has been supporting us in the time past, for everyone that is growing this channel, for your comments, for your shares. We want to say thank you. We're about to do it again. Don't forget that you are part and parcel of this. Once a Gunner, always a Gunner. From Huspee, we want to hear one message to the fans, what you expect from them.
It's us now, and the champions are back again. Be proud of what you are doing. Most of the success we've scored last season and even this season.
Yeah.
Some people would say that the Community Shield is not a trophy. But when you count the trophies of Sir Alex Ferguson,
and Pep Guardiola is included.
When you count the trophy hall of Pep Guardiola, the Community Shield is included.
Tell them.
We just won our first trophy of the season, and to be honest, this is not going to be the last. I expect at least 2 more trophies this season.
All right.
Even 3. All right. And I'll say this to the Arsenal fans out there. The official Arsenal Sierra Leone chapter is functioning and running. It's an opportunity for you to join and be a registered member. Notice will come out soon, so please be prepared to join the ranks and file of the top Arsenal fans in this country. The big allegiance way see the Arsenal today. This is the only official chapter representing Arsenal here in Sierra Leone. You might want to be part of this. Feel free to contact the channel. Just drop message on our page, Arsenal Fans page. Somebody will respond to you. Thank you, and all the best. Up Gunners.
Anyways, you heard it from Huspee himself. Until we come your way again, don't forget that this is the Arsenal Fans Beat brought to you by Arsenal Fans globally. Until then, it is come on, you Gunners!
Up Gunners!